We had this good music.
Alright, rockin' relationships, how do you do here?
Rockin' relationships! What rocks relationships and what relationships rock?
What relationships rock?
Yes, thank you. Today we want to talk about what?
We want to talk about an analogy between waterways of the earth and waterways of your relationships. For example, waterways, puddles, creeks, ponds, rivers, lakes, oceans, canals, waterfalls. And I can make an analogy between your love relationships, whomever it might be with.
Okay, I got it. So love is kind of like water, and then love relationships is kind of like water management.
Yes, yes, yes. Are you a water keeper? Are you a water keeper of your relationship? Do you keep it without pollution? For example, I just learned that agricultural farming, the industrial type, causes a lot of pollution and it goes unchecked. And I love chicken, beef, and pork. But if the pollution is unchecked and untreated,
oh, I got what you're saying. So
nothing grows.
We're kind of like thinking we're just feeding ourselves, but in the meantime, we're causing all sorts of pollutants that are making the environment not right. Animals are dying, things are getting a little bit out of balance.
Nothing can
and we
grow.
see the same thing.
Nothing can grow. If your relationship is toxic, and let's name some of the things that might make it toxic. What are some of the poisons that can pollute your waterways of love? There you go, that's one. In-laws,
Not communicating.
some friends, some family members.
Wait. Let's stay on in-laws for a second. How do you say mother-in-law in Japanese?
Okay, now we have to be politically correct. Go ahead.
Yaki.
Oh, no.
How do you say mother-in-law in German?
See what? How?
Ah!
I don't speak
How do you say mother-in-law in Chinese? Fooey!
I didn't say any of that. I didn't say any of that.
So besides in-laws and besides not just negative emotions, but emotions that are like out of whack, like you're not controlling your own emotions and containing your own emotions, you're letting them spill onto somebody else, like jealousy.
Well, sometimes
And what else?
you
What other
think that
poison?
you're making a person the way that you think they should love you, or the way you think the relationship should go. While you constantly trying to do that, you're missing the real love. You're clogging it up, you're polluting it with what you want, not what we want. Not what we want. And so some of the cures I find in clearing that up as you would a waterway and being it treated, you can treat it with cures like therapy, changing the venue, let's see, what else are some of the ways that we can clean it up? What are some of the cures that we can clean up this?
One of the things we're talking about is sustainable farming. You know, not making farming be this big commercial enterprise that has no responsibility as to how the production happens. You know, it's not just about getting to the end result of having some stuff, you know?
Oh, okay. So it's
sure
not like you trying to, when you get some, speaking nasty, for my nasty fan out there, so when you get some, what you going through to get some? You think you want to get that, but what you're going through is poisonous or toxic, and trying to get it and find out when you finally get it, you don't come around.
Well, it's detrimental.
You don't come around.
Yeah.
So now, are you a good water keeper? Are you a good water keeper in your relationship? Do you treat that pollution? Because it's going to be pollution. You know you're going to fuss and fight. You know there's going to be times when you don't come over. There'll be those times, and those times you have to deal with. They shouldn't clog up your relationship. They shouldn't go well because it didn't happen good this time. It may not happen good the next time. But if you, as you say, manage it, cure it up, clean it up, and treat it, you can get some clear water.
Alright, so let me see if I can get it down. Conflict is not entirely to be avoided because there is something that has we need the water.
Always.
We need to process the water. We can't
Right,
just
right.
keep the water all to ourselves in a stagnating pond because it
Right.
stagnates. It starts to turn.
Excellent.
So the water's got to keep flowing, which means it's going to go over things. It's going to cause roots. It's going to flow
You
over
gotta do
things.
whatever it needs to for it to flow.
But
You
we
can't
gotta,
have the incorrect plants.
but we gotta watch what we let run off into the water.
Or treat it. It's gonna run, but treat it.
Or treat the water. All right,
So treat the love. You have to treat the love. You can't just let it run off and think it's gonna be natural after you. Well, after for my fan. After you get up, you know it's not just all clean and natural and just go. You know you have to shower, or you should shower. You know you have to get rid of the articles. They should be clean if there are other things that you use along with it. And that's just all part of trying to make the love relationship flow clean. Whatever pollution does come out of it, arguments or disagreements or things that you think will clog up the relationship, work on unclogging it, like a Mr. Plumber.
Because we want the water to flow. Be like water, like
want it to
Bruce
go
Lee
down
said.
the drain.
Be like water. Water
Yes,
goes
I do.
into a cup, it
Yes.
becomes the cup. Water goes into a funnel, it turns into a funnel. Water goes into a pot, it turns into a pot.
Yeah. Okay, that's like a toilet bowl.
So be like the water and let the water flow.
Please. Clean though.
Very
Clean.
good.
So
Very good.
that's my analogy with love relationships and how you want it to run cleanly. Try to get rid of the obstructions. Try to make sure the proper plants are growing. Make sure it can get some sunlight, some oxygen. Please, we want it to grow.
What makes relationships rock?
What makes it
And
rock?
what rocks relationships? Rockin' relationships. Thank you, everybody. Stay tuned for the next episode where we're going to try to have film. We've been filming a lot. We've been doing some outings and some trips. We've been to Venice and getting some artists to caricature us and be part of the presentation on video. And we also go to fancy beverages, restaurants, and, you know, hobnob. Because that's part of our lady. So keep an eye and thank you.
Thank you.